Okay, I think we're live. We're going to take off from Provincetown Municipal Airport on Cape Cod and fly to Boston in a Cessna 172. Let's do some pre-flight checks and make sure that controls are accurately reflecting. So over here I've got so don't worry about it. A throttle quadrant over here that has two levers. So one I've got set to the fuel mix and one to the throttle. We've got some pedals under the desk. They are moving pedals both axes. So when I move the pedals like this, it moves the rudder. When I move the pedals like this, it engages the brakes. Now let's just make sure that all of these controls are deflecting on the plane itself. So I'll move the yoke, and we have aileron deflection. We pull on the yoke, and elevators are moving. Move the rudders, and the rudder is moving. Oh yeah, of course the flaps won't move because they are controlled by, they're driven by a electromechanical system, and the plane is not turned on. So let's jump in. And first turn on the batteries. There are the avionics. And all the lights. Let's put the fuel all the way in. A little bit of throttle when we turn the magnetos on. Right. Light magneto, let him warm up a little bit. Left, let him warm up. Let's start the engine. And we're not doing air traffic control in this one, so we're clear to take off when we wanna. Loosen off the brakes, and we'll need to use the throttle, use the rudder to keep us in line with the strip as we speed up. A little bit of a balance and act with my feet right now, because the fact that the rotor goes one way, it wants to pull the entire, so you gotta balance it. It could be going faster. Don't stress, don't stress. Yeah, the throttle would look good. And lift off. angry at us. We are going to Boston. That's west of here. So we just want to get a bit of altitude. And then start navigating to it. Or just climb. And slowly circle to the west as we do so. Provincetown disappearing behind us. What is going on outside? Is this like ice? Shit. We've gone into some weird weather. This is really awful weather to have taken up on. We didn't get a forecast. We didn't file a flight plan. We're just doing this off the seat of our fucking pants. Zero visibility. We're relying on instruments. It's not mean anything if I pointed to the screen, but we're just about above that frosty cloud. Climb to about 4,500 feet. Going around west, and then we'll start navigating. What, New York? Yeah. 4,000 feet. We're going to put some trim on the elevators. That's that wheel that's moving. Just putting a bit of an extra bit on the elevators that's gonna set us at a steady altitude. It's kind of like getting to a level of pressure on the elevators and then putting an hockey strap on it. So you got to tension it just right. We haven't. Let's put the autopilot on. Just altitude. No, not that. Slow down. Aligning. I didn't plan to. Okay. Hang on. Like that. Okay. Now the autopilot will adjust our trim to keep us level. And I'm just gonna look up the airport code for Boston. And we can take the throttle off and lean the fuel mix a little bit. Internet. I think that'll be the main line of Massachusetts. Logan International Airport, ICA, oh there, KBOS. Put it in GPS. I've got to suss out a peripheral. I ain't doing this with the mouse. What is it again? KBOS. such a pain. Almost want to give up on this, and I'm sure I've got something to turn off the well, shit, that's putting the flaps. Okay, hang on, gotta take over. Hands off again. Sorry, I did think I had a button on the yoke set to make the freeze the camera so it's not moving around with my head. So I could do this bit. You know what we're going to do? We're going to find a chart for Boston Airport and use its radio navigation system. No, we're not actually going to do that. We'll do that next video. We'll struggle on for a little bit more. Little wheel, come on. Yeah, B, good. Big wheel. And then or this then. What else am I doing? What? What are you talking about? No. We almost had it. Just want to freeze the head look for a minute. Ah. We're fixed for you now. Now it's just down to my mouse skills. Never gonna get this, are we? Okay. B. Now we're looking closer. Alright. Yes, Boston, we got it. Alright. Enter, activate. Okay, so we'll be flying that way. Turn the autopilot off. Do this manually. I like to do the big thing. Turn by myself. Yeah. Autopilot on nav mode. Then why is the autopilot banking on nav mode? Because we haven't paired it to the GPS. Now let's hope that the plane is going to fly itself nicely in the direction that we want it to be going for a few minutes while I step away. We won't step away from the cockpit in a Cessna 172. Doesn't happen. like nothing bad happened. How far away from me? She's the one. How far away from Boston Army? Will this thing tell us? Oh, I forgot. You can pop it out and then direct it over here. I'm an idiot. Could even drag this onto another screen, and we didn't even have to witness me struggling with it so much. Anyway. This tells us that Boston is 24.9 nautical miles away. Reckons we'll get there in 18 minutes. At which point I will want to know like what direction the airstrip lies relative to us. We'll figure that out soon. Oh, lush pine forests of northeastern United States. What was going on there? Some nasty weather again. The autopilot is working hard to keep us straight. He's ready to take manual control when we need. Sorry, my vape does that. The plume of vapor all getting in between the infrared transmitter and the receiver on top of the monitor that allows me to move my head around and change the viewpoint. I should play a game called Snow Runner. I might do a stream on another time. It's a game where you drive heavy trucks on like broken roads or off-road. You really gotta like fight meter by meter to gain some traction. A lot of fun, a lot of problem solving. That does not support this infrared view system, but I've got it. But it seems ridiculous to play that without being able to look around you in the truck cabin. So with this different setup for that, where just using a regular web camera makes a 3D map of my head and predicts from where my nose is to what direction I'm facing and translate that into mouse movement, and it works. Like, it's not as responsive as this or a fine grain, but you can look around. But because it's instead of using these three transmitters in the side of my head, it's using like a view of my face. So like if I scratch my nose, it'll like throw the whole thing off. Here, if I just have a vape and throw a plume of vapor in front of it, will block the infrared for a second. That time. I get a liar out of me. Well, it'll fuck me when I need it the most. Anything nautical miles and weather looking clear is ahead of us. Let's go a little bit lower now. There's no reason not to. Down to about 3,000 feet. Probably take that guy right. Nav mode taking us to approach. Jump on my phone and get the layout of the airport across that. Has two big airstrips that run at 22 degrees. Heading back. I don't know if I got my view quite right. I should be able to look over the nose and see where we're going if we're flying level. Across the wall. What is happening? The other part cut out. And cut across so that we're 22. We want to be going, what's the reciprocal? 300's on. They can't even see it. Mars, it's gotta be those bright lights we see over the other side of the bay. Say 1500. Maybe that pink line on the GPS was used that the whole time. Maybe we need to intercept it. Steering with it. Do you reckon those purple lights The end of the runway. No, they can't be. Okay, I got it. See the landing strip we're looking for. Something's lined up with that. Some more speed. I'm still paddling into that. Onto the face. The engine's not doing much. Should be doing less. We don't have to lower the landing gear, they're always down on this one. Let's not land in the fucking water. And here we are, ready to enjoy Boston. Hey, cheers, bar. That was good.